Hello, everyone, and good morning. Today is another blessed day, and we are here with Brittany Thomas, and she has a very special story, guys. Um, but I want to say happy International Women's Day to everyone out there that is a woman that is passionate about what you do, that is you're thriving in your business. Congratulations to you. We honor you. Um, and yeah, I just wanted to say that. So, and I also found out that today is International Cerebral Palsy's Awareness Month. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Okay, great. I had a little quote here that I wanted to say. Um, just because it is International Women's Day, and I think that as women, we should be proud of who we are and what we do and how we do it. But to tell you guys a little bit about Miss Brittany, while I am finding my little notes here, she is 26 years old and she is an author. She is an serial entrepreneur. She is a powerhouse in her field. She sells handmade jewelry as well. If you want those bracelets that have that inspiration on there, please check her out. Um, the link is in the banner, and I will be posting that as well, just so that you guys can know that it doesn't matter your disability, you can still have a thriving life. You can still live a purposeful life and bring love and light to others, because that's what we're here to do. Um, and I don't think that I can find it, so I'm not going to worry about it. I thought that I had it. It was very, very touching. Um, touching quote. But okay, so we are here with Miss Brittany, and she is going to tell you guys all about what she does, how she does it, and her journey along this path. So, Miss Brittany, could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hello, everyone. So glad to be on the show today. My name is Brittany Thomas. I am from Charlotte, North Carolina, 26 years old. As she mentioned, I am a serial entrepreneur. I have two books. I'm living my blessed life with cerebral palsy. That's my autobiography. It talks about my life in six chapters. And then I also have Don't Let the Wheelchair Fool You, which is my children's book, Overcoming Obstacles to Greatness as well. And I also make and create inspirational bracelets, as well as me being a motivational speaker. And I could go on and on. You want to learn more? You can go to the link at the bottom.
Thank you, thank you. Um, so let me ask you, you have had quite a journey, and you have maintained to be positive throughout that. Um, can you tell us a little bit about your childhood and how you grew up, and where did that inspiration and that strength come from?
I grew up with my parents, mom and dad. Of course, I had a great support system, and of course, God being number one, my foundation, how I maintain my positive attitude. For one, going to church, assembling amongst other believers, and then also reading my word and establishing that connection with God and my own relationship with God. So that's how I'm able to maintain being so positive, and then also having great family and friends to support me and stand behind me and hold me accountable as well.
Oh, okay. That is so good to have that support system and the love and the care. Um, and you said that you love God, which that is so important. Are you a singer?
Uh,
You want to tell us a little bit about that, Miss Brittany?
uh, I
Praise and worship.
Yeah, I You know what the funny thing is I used to sing when I was younger. Um when I was younger in church, I sung I Believe I Can Fly, and I can tell you
Oh.
that's actually how I discovered my purpose when I sung I Believe I Can Fly. I grew up at Chappelle Memorial Baptist Church here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Pastor Norman E. Carey was the pastor. And one, when I was younger, believe it or not, I really wasn't a talker, right? So
Mm.
they thought that I couldn't talk the whole time. I was quiet. They thought that I couldn't talk, and then one day, like they would try to get me to sing in rehearsals and stuff, and I would never do it. And then one day, I came home and I was practicing the song because they were preparing to do the I Believe I Can Fly song with me, because they didn't want me to do it by myself. And I came home one day and I started practicing the song, and God spoke to me and said, "You gonna do that song by yourself." And so I was like, "Okay,
Oh.
God." At 4 years old, God was speaking to me so clear, and I said, "Okay, are you sure?" And he, yeah. And so I went back and told my church, I was like, God want me to do this song by myself. I don't need nobody to sing it with me or whatever. And so they were shocked because they didn't know I could talk. So when I went and told them that, they were like, "Oh my God, she can talk." So then I went and told him that. So needless to say, fast forward, I sung the song I believe I believe I can fly by myself. And that day changed my life and so many other people, because when I sung that song, the whole church got saved that Sunday. Everybody gave their life to Christ. Everybody was at the altar. The pastor couldn't even preach. He was like, "We going home. Ain't no more to be done." So that's what happened that Sunday. And that's how I discovered my purpose. And I will say, in my older age, I kind of like stopped singing. But now I'm kind of like, you know, the more I get into worship, because God was like, "Sing to me again." So the more I get into worship and the more I sing, the more I notice my voice is coming back. So I do enjoy singing. I do enjoy karaoke. And
Mm.
uh, and one thing about me, when I'm in ministry or whatever and I'm in worship, I don't mind taking over, taking the lead. I've always been a leader. So yeah.
Wow, that is a beautiful, blessed testimony. At 4 years old, you
Mm-hmm.
had that connection.
Yes.
Yes, yes, and it will carry you through.
Yeah.
Love that, love that. So, we talked on the phone a couple of times, and you have an interesting story,
Mm-hmm.
especially being a young lady and having um I was want to say persevering through your disabilities.
Mm-hmm.
In high school, you figured out a way how to create a job for yourself so that
Mm-hmm.
you could graduate.
Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit more about that? Because I want people to understand that no matter what you are going through, you can't go over it, you can't go around it, you can't go under it. You have to go through it in order to face that fear and to get to the other side and know that everything is going to be all right in your life. So, could you tell us a little bit about that, please?
Yes, I could. So, basically, I came across this obstacle when I was in high school, right? Um, Starting at ninth grade, I didn't have to go out in the community and do these different jobs to graduate, but it started my sophomore year when I actually had discovered I had to start going out in the community, and they wanted you to get a job to graduate. And so I was like, in my mind, I'm like, how in the world am I a job? Like, how am I going to do this with my physical condition? But like, I got to do what they're saying to graduate. So, mind you, 10th grade years when I actually started making beads, right? So I went to the coordinator, her my teacher, her name is Michelle Greer, and I'm gonna send this to her when we done, because I always got to give her a shout out. Her Michelle Greer. I went to her and I said, Miss Greer, like, can I use my beads for me to get hours? And she said, sure, we can figure out a way for you to incorporate your beads. And that's how I started getting hours for work hours and stuff. And they would just combine those hours in. And actually, what they ended up doing, even after I did all that, God still showed me favor to 12th grade year, because they ended up actually signing a waiver. They actually created a waiver for people who couldn't get jobs and actually physically go out and do the work that other people could do. And they said that this would probably be the first and the last time that they would do it. So it wasn't a continuous thing, but I feel like God showed me favor in that area, because they heard that they actually had somebody that couldn't physically go out and get a job.
Yeah. Well, and you brought awareness to that and was able to help others in that school. So that was a great thing that
Yeah,
you did that.
yes.
Um, so you love to find ways to inspire and motivate others. I saw your Instagram. Your beads have so much inspirational words and hope on them.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your public speaking and the other things that you do as an advocate.
Okay, so public speaking, I came into 2018 when I was actually in college, and I was getting ready to leave college because I felt like there was no purpose for me or no reason for me to be there. And the reason why is because they weren't challenging me enough. I kept trying to tell I'm too smart to be in these classes and I need more. And they kept just trying to place me in a box. So I said, okay, God, I'm going to quit. So then one day when I was about to quit leaving the school, I seen this man out there. He was holding up a sign and it said Bible study at 12 o'clock. So that's my type of thing. I love teaching the word and I love praying and stuff like that. So it said Bible study at 12 o'clock, and the sign said we gonna have Chick-fil-A. So everybody love Chick-fil-A,
Chick
right?
fil A.
So I'm and we preaching the word and we gonna have lunch. Okay, I'm going. And so the first day I went in there, I never forget, God used me to pray. God used me to pray in there, and I prayed for everybody in that room. And next thing you know, the teacher was like, he taught the Bible study a couple weeks in a row, but then he pulled me to the side and he was like, I want you to teach. I want
Hmm.
to teach your own Bible study. I want you to come up with your own curriculum. And I remember I basically preached that day a sermon called Don't Run Away from the Call. And that was a coincidence because I was ready to quit and it was like God was saying don't run. So from that moment when I taught that Bible study that day, like I started attending Bible study there every week. And then on Tuesdays I eventually ventured out into my own teaching my Bible studies. And so it started off like teaching Bible studies, and then I just got more into speaking. People started saying, can you preach this, or can you come speak here? I remember one time, like a couple years after that, I started attending Goodwill University. And Goodwill University is another great school where you can go and because I'm not the type that likes to be in the college setting, but Goodwill University is actually a place where I went to obtain just a couple certificates up under my belt. And so I went there and they asked me to speak at their graduation. So I spoke and everybody was inspired there. And then it just continued. And then, like, after I wrote my books, I started being asked to be on podcasts and different things like that. And then in 2020, during the pandemic, when no one was able to go anywhere, uh
Mm.
that's when God birthed uh Brittany's Motivation and Inspiration for Your Life. And that's basically not long videos, maybe 2 to 4 minute videos, sometimes 1 minute videos, just to give people that midweek encouragement.
Yes, yes. I love that. I love that. So in 2018, um, you started doing that and you said that you had this passage of or what do you want to call it? A Bible study that was how to get you said get over your calling or how not to run from your calling?
Yeah, don't run
Don't
away.
run from your calling.
Yeah. Hmm.
That's nice. I like the title. I bet that was inspirational. Um, so tell us a little bit about the OWL app and your traveling, but I also wanted you to talk about dating just a little bit, if you don't
Okay,
mind.
okay, that's fine. Okay, first let's start with the Owl app. I've been on the Owl app for some months now, and I really utilize the app to my calls are not like the ordinary calls. Some people get on there to promote their business, and I do that. But I really want to give people an inspiration that are on the outside looking in. So first, when I start my calls, I'm gonna ask, "Hey, how are you doing? Where you from? Like, how's your family doing?" Like, I really want to check in on people's mental and their mental
Mm,
perspective. And then once I see their mental is good, I'm gonna say, "What do you do for work? What is your how do you start your career?" And then I go into my career and explain to them that basically it's no excuse why they can't be successful, because I say, "Look, I have a disability. I'm in a wheelchair, but I'm still able to accomplish this, and this. And God is still good." And so oftentimes I, like, before we end the call, like, I'll pray with them if they're open to it. If they're not open to it, then I just give them a couple words of encouragement. So I kind of use the OWL app as kind of both, to lead them to my website, but also talk about the motivational speaking and encourage them in the process.
yes, yes, that's nice. Yes. And there are a lot of different types of people on that app that you can connect with. It's
Mhm.
more about networking and, like you said, just checking in on people to see how they're doing throughout their day because you never know what somebody's going through. So you can collaborate, get to know people, and make friends. So
Yeah.
I'm loving it myself. I'm kind of new to it, but yeah. So tell us a little bit about how you date and the guys that you like and all of that.
Okay. This is always an interesting topic because I always ask these questions, right? I tell basically the name of the book. I tell anybody, family, friends, anybody that I'm dating, don't let the wheelchair fool you. And the reason why I say that is because people people see me and they think, "Oh, she not smart, she can't do this, or she can't go here because of this. And I'm like, no, I can do whatever I want to do. It might take a little bit more time, might take a little bit more strategic planning, but hey, I can still do what I want to do. What specifically did you want to know about dating?
Um, Specifically, that is a good question. You asking me a question, and I'm like, you got me in the hot seat. Wait a minute now. um, uh,
Oh, okay. All right. So I guess I can talk about like how I meet guys, or some of the struggles that I may face with dating. So typically how I meet guys, it's kind of weird because most guys don't approach you when you're, well, me, they don't approach you, or they act like they're scared. So most of the time how I meet guys is like when I leave a place, or they'll see me on social media, see me doing one of my videos, or me preaching, or doing whatever I'm doing, just having fun dancing. um they'll inbox me and they'll be like, hey, how are you? And that's pretty much like how the conversation goes. We meet online, and I am very careful with it because people are crazy. I feel like God also gives me a spirit of discernment
Discernment,
to
yes.
know who and who not to talk to. But typically the guys that I've met, even if we don't work out dating, we end up being great friends. um I did have somebody that a couple people that I dated in college, so I might meet somebody at school or meet somebody at church. I do hang out. Typically some of the struggles that I run into is that guys aren't willing. Well, the guys that I met in the past, some of them weren't willing to go through the whole process. Um, and when I say the whole process, I mean what comes with it. Like they don't, and I talk about this a little bit in my book, as you know, like they can't understand that I just can't get up and go. Like they can't, like guys nowadays, they say, "Oh, want to come over and Netflix and chill?" Like, no, I can't just come over, and that should be anybody. But I guess some guys expect me to just be able to get up and go, and I can't do that. Things have to be scheduled out. Things have to be planned out. Um, and before I do any of that, I have to know what your real intention is. But part of the struggle is that they don't want to take the time to get to know me. They just think everything is supposed to be rush, 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 and it's not that way. I have to get to know you. You have to get to know my parents and my whole crew. I tell anybody that if you're gonna date me, you have to know who's around me. And if you're not willing to do that, then we can't date, we can't pursue one another.
That is so beautiful. That you're able to, like I said, have that discernment to know the good from the bad guys, as well as putting yourself out there, knowing that dating is possible. Um, and that's why I wanted you to talk a little bit about it and in your way, and to say what you wanted to say, because I think that it is important, um, no matter what kind of disability you have, that you can find love. Um, that you can have friendships, that you
Yeah,
can have your own tribe, like you said, of people around you that's going to support you and be there and know the good ones from the bad ones. So thank you for that. Um, the I have one more question for you, and then I want you can let the viewers know how to reach you. Um, it's very interesting. Um, the name of the book, Don't Let the Wheelchair Fool You. I would like you to go just a little bit in more detail about what was the driving force behind that name, as well as why you wanted to put that particular book out there so the world could see.
Okay, Don't Let the Wheelchair Fool You came about when I was very young. It's something that I started saying at a very young age. And actually where it came from is that I posted it on Facebook one day. I think that, I was upset about something and I said, don't let this wheelchair fool you or something like that. And so that's where it came from. Bottom line is it came from because I felt like I was being like underestimated or undervalued or just like people look at me in a different way, and I'm like, no, don't look at me like that. But but the reason why I wanted to put that out there, because I wanted to let children know,
Mm,
teens, not even just children, little kids. I wanted to let them know, first of all, make them aware of people with disabilities, right? Because when you go out a lot, they stare because they don't know. So it's first teach you not to stare. One, because it's rude. Number two, making them aware of what's going on and why it's going on, and that people have different disabilities. And three, that you can still have fun. It might take a little bit of extra time, a little extra assistance, but it can still be accomplished and done if you really want to do it and put your mind to it. Um, and then also too, making people aware of the resources that they have available to them, right?
mm.
Because in that story, I kind of had to advocate and say I can do this and do that, but also share how. And a lot of times people don't know who to reach out to, what to research. Like, it could have been somebody out there that didn't even know they had like uh, accountabilities for you to, I mean, make it
Accommo-
available for you
yeah,
to get on.
accommodations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
accommodations for you to be able to get on go karts and pool and stuff like that. A lot of those children probably didn't know, so when they seen the pictures, that's like, oh, I can do that too. So
Yes, yes. I think what you're doing is a blessing not only to yourself, but it's much of a huge blessing to others so that they can see that, like you said, the resources, you can live a thriving life. You just might have to do it a little bit differently, go a different route, but it still can be accomplished in order for you to live a purposeful and blessed and thriving life. And don't
yeah,
give up on yourself and don't close yourself in and stop telling yourself that you can't do something because you can.
right.
Um, and because this is International Women's Day, I did find that little quote. Um, and I wanted to read it because I thought that it was just perfect for this month. It says, "A strong woman knows she has strength enough for the journey, but a woman of strength knows it is in the journey where she will become strong and find her strength."
That's
And I
good.
love that. Yes,
That's,
yes. Because no matter how old you are, as women and as, you know,
mm-hmm,
anyone in the corporate field or even an entrepreneur, we put so much uh, on the side for our families and for each other. So it's important to know that you can accomplish anything that you want. You can be that most happiest and blessed person that you need to be, even if you don't want to change a thing besides just to be happy.
mm-hmm.
Just, embrace who you are and love yourself, and you're able to love on others even more. So, Miss Brittany, how can the viewers and listeners find you?
Okay. So if you all wanna get in contact with me, one of the ways that you can find me is my website, Brittany'sBeadsandBooks.com. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. YouTube. So I'm available and you can reach out to me any of those platforms or ways. Um and oh, let me give my email too. My email is Brittany BL Thomas 1996 at gmail.com.
Thank you. Thank you. It was such a pleasure speaking with you. You are a love and light and such a blessing. And I want to thank you to come on here to share your story and your journey with others to let them see that you can be a boss too. Yes, yes. I love it. I love it. Um, this has been another great episode at the Empire where we try to inspire, uplift, encourage, and motivate you to live your best life. If there's anyone out there that would love to come on to tell your story, your journey, if you're an advocate, if you're a business owner, an entrepreneur, we would love to hear from you. Um, Donations is always welcome. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Um, and I hope that you guys have a great day, a purposeful week, and we will
Have
talk to you next
fun.
episode. Anything you would like to say, Miss Brittany?
No, I think that's it. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And I will talk to you on the OWL app. Guys, you need to get this app. It not only gives you an opportunity to network, but you can collaborate. There's so many podcasters on there and influencers and inspirational people like Miss Brittany and myself that we would love to talk to you too, you know? And
Yeah.
Clubhouse is another great one too, guys.
Yes.
Are you on Clubhouse?
Oh, I am. It's Brittany Thomas on everything.
Brittany Thomas on everything. I like
Yeah.
that. Okay. You guys have a great day. Until the next episode, guys, thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing, and thank you for just tuning in. This will be up in about 3 or 4 days. I will be letting you know, Miss Brittany, and sending you the link as well and all the information that you need. Guys, I hope that you have a great day. And as always, be bold, be beautiful, and be blessed. Okay? Bye bye.
All right.